What is going on, guys? We're back with another video today on Madden 20, and it's a Ravens realistic rebuild. I know you're probably thinking, wow, the Ravens, man, really chose from the bottom of the barrel for teams, right? Super hard rebuild. Okay, hear me out. Leave me alone, for one, sir or ma'am, probably a sir. But two, there's still a team that did not win the Super Bowl. Did they or did they not miss the Super Bowl? They didn't make the Super Bowl. That's my argument, and I need a quicker video for today. Not really, because we might screw this up. I forgot to mention it, so definitely like and subscribe. I didn't forget to mention that, but I said it anyways, because, you know, that's what berating people about it definitely gets people to do it. But tomorrow will be in Flyers off-season stream on twitch.tv/Jeromepkr, so if you want to see that, it's going to be like an hour or less, because I will have to edit it and post it. You know, take a look, maybe follow now, and you get the notification when it's, when we're live. Probably going to be around 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be there. Don't be there. Please do. It'll be on YouTube regardless. So, anyways, back to this super freaking difficult rebuild. Oh, my Lord. In the offseason, they added a guy like Calais Campbell, and a lot of people are saying, oh, he's not the same guy as he used to be. I disagree. Well, I mean, I guess kind of, but he's still a beast. And for that team, he is going to be a monster. And honestly, I really hope he's not, because this Ravens team, as you can see, there's a lot of potential there, especially on offense. There's some names. They've got the ability. Why do I feel like we're missing a wide receiver here? I feel like we're missing someone. No? I'll look before we go. But I think this team, it's got a lot of potential in real life. You got, potentially the best tackles in the league, best tandem. There are a few other teams. The Saints have some really good tackles. There's a few teams you can argue, but definitely top 3 tandem there, which obviously a great football team needs good tackles. And everything in between looks all right, too. Wide receiver, like I said, I feel like they're missing someone here. I feel like they got someone. Did they not? I don't know. But I feel like we're missing some likes and subscribes on the channel. Yeah? Okay. We put Boykin in at number 2 because he is a big monster, while Willie Snead kind of fits that role, a slot role a little bit better. Dobbins is the new backup, potentially grooming him to become the starter at some point. And then pretty much everything else is, you get what you see, I guess. Although I kind of want to get rid of Jimmy Smith here. Can they not do that as a cap situation? Because Tavon, I don't know. I feel like Tavon's a better number 3, no? The most they added besides draft picks were De'Anthony Thomas. De'Anthony Thomas is probably likely to play kick returner, so yeah, they didn't get to. I thought they did. Neglecting Lamar. All right. Guess you want him to be a running back. Well, everything's changed because... Oh, wait, he only had normal at first? I mean, it's still a big upgrade. I'll take it, especially with the 10K XP, but okay, never mind. We actually have another successful one. Chuck Clark gets to star and 20K. All right, speaking of Matthew Judon, the best pass rusher on this team, debatably, needs a contract. Something tells me they gave him one in real life. Let's take a look. Untrue. So he's just on a franchise tag in real life at the moment. James Proche, we have to fix that. Obviously, he's on the team for another 3 years. How much money does this team have? Obviously, Lamar Jackson needs to be signed at some point. Judon is the best pass rusher on this team, but I think... I mean, in real life, you talked about he's all right playing with the franchise tag. If he plays really well, we'll give him an extra contract. If not, we might just tag him again. Even though I think the tag might be brutally high. Do we just tag him, sign him to a 1-year 16 mil or something like that? He's happy to get that done. I mean, that is high, don't get me wrong, but at least we have a guy for another year. I just don't feel comfortable signing a guy that's kind of average to, over 10 mil per year. Even though I think in real life that's a pretty fair contract, and, I think even the Ravens would like to pay him that, but I would say his number in real life is probably a bit more. All right, with those contracts, quote-unquote, being over, we are on to the playoffs, which we do sneak away with a 12-4 playoff bye-week season. And we did have, not a great start. 1-3 to start out the season. Then we won 4 in a row, lost 1. And then we literally just never looked. Brack? I don't know who Brack is. Barack Obama? I don't know, dude. And then, of course, on the Browns side, they went 7-8 in a row, I believe. Then went 8-1, 10-1, and lost 4 straight. And then they finally beat the Bengals. So if they didn't go on that losing streak, they would have had quite the season, and we would be playing in the wild card like they are now. But instead, here we are. Lamar Jackson already an X factor, but a really good passing season. Dobbins, not bad for a backup, I guess. Didn't really show, the things you would like to see from a true star in the making. You would like to see better numbers than that as a backup. Mark Ingram, really good season. Maybe even gets a dev up. Maybe prolongs the career. Marquise Brown, disappointment that he couldn't get to 1,000 yards. Might be, honestly, what lacks him to get to X Factor. But either way, I guess it's okay. Not a really great receiving season. I mean, Lamar's numbers were a little low for yards, but still thought we would have had a little bit better than that. Blocking, kind of disappointed, but that's just blocking this year. Calais Campbell, 11.5 sacks. Judon with 6. Kind of, begs the question of, 4-year deal, probably not worth it. Tyus Bowser, considering, not bad. Patrick Queen overall, not a bad season. Might even go to superstar. Marlon Humphrey with 2 picks. Judon with 1. Earl, Fort, and Peters with 1 each. Kicking, Tucker misses 4 kicks, as Justin Tucker is known to do, right? Clearly, Justin Tucker's missing 4 kicks out of 13 in the league. I mean, if he put maybe 50 kicks up, 4 would be something. This is why the Patriots are good. We still beat them on the season, but this is why they're good. Nice. Looking at the AFC side, Lamar Jackson would make the Pro Bowl and did make the Pro Bowl. Hopefully he doesn't show up, if you know what I mean, because Super Bowl. Willie Gay right over Patrick Queen. That's honestly, that's Willie Gay. It's unfortunate. Funny, right? Super funny, man. You're just keep doing you. Number 1 offensive lineman does go to Ronnie Stanley, even though he allowed 9 sacks on the season. No one else on the list for D-line for us, at least. 3 linebackers for the Jets. Hello. I was actually going to do the Jets today, but instead I did the Ravens. Sorry, but Jets will probably be next Thursday. So if you're a Jets fan or you just want to see me in pain, there you go. And a little something for everyone, I suppose. Get that general manager talk in there because I believe we're going to get a plus 20 to morale. Oh, yeah. Give me that morale boost, my son. Who do you think this is going to be? The Browns? The Patriots. Boy, do I have a surprise for you Patriots. Did we kind of cheat by doing this? I guess. But Stidham's supposed to be the starter. It's going to be really disappointing when even with Stidham, we're going to see... Jesus. We're going to see Jesus. We're going to see him win because, that's just us. It doesn't matter who their QB is. But yeah, we gotta end this before I forget. Could I have waited till after they play us? I could. But I'm not going to, unfortunately. It's just, rules are rules. Shouldn't even be here anyway, so. Like I said, can't wait till we lose. It's going to be so awesome, man. 86 overall Baltimore Ravens, 85 overall New England Patriots. I mean, they still have a good team. Their quarterback is just basically the lowest starting overall QB in the entire league. I don't care how good Stidham looks, based on mechanics and all that. If Stidham takes the Patriots to the playoffs, Tom Brady's legacy's kind of on the ropes. I'm just saying. Because right now, that Patriots roster is bad. There's a reason that cap space is looking solid. They got a good line. They got a good corner. That's it. They have a couple of decent other players, but, I mean, as far as getting points on the board, I do not know how the Patriots are going to do it next year. I don't know how anyone's going to do it next year when we might not even see the damn NFL. But let's be honest, it's a billion-dollar corporation. Health doesn't matter. And you can see here the Patriots trying hard to score, and they do because we are the Baltimore Ravens. Well, it's not that we're the Baltimore Ravens. It's that I'm in control of this team right now, technically. And obviously we can't have me having happy thoughts. Come on, it's the Patriots with damn Jarrett Stidham. Are you serious? I do not care. I honestly do not care. I am sorry. I just do not. Maybe I shouldn't have played user with Earl Thomas, but I don't care. I do not want to see us lose to a 61 overall starting quarterback. It wouldn't make a lot of sense. And that's exactly what we're going to do as James White literally gets tossed for the first down. Off the edge, we will get him. I was going to run goal line, but either way, same difference. You get the field goal. You go to extra overtime. Not even. You're going to lose. I don't even care, dude. 61 overall quarterback Jarrett Stidham leads the Patriots to the next round, as you will. Lamar Jackson, the running back under center, just gets outplayed by a 61 overall quarterback. Mark Ingram's trash. Can't wait till he retires. And I am mad. That's why I'm trashing every player on the Ravens team. Joey Sly missed 2 field goals, and they still won. Wow, man. Thanks, dude. Love it. Loving it. Love your work, EA. Flawless, top-notch work you got. You gotta be joking me. Super Bowl versus not the Patriots. Gonna be not the Patriots. I'll tell you what. Yeah, it's not the Patriots. Big shocker there. They lost to the Browns. And the winner is the Cowboys. Either way, both teams, Browns, Cowboys, very top-tier overall teams. I want to see what the Patriots did. 28-10. 28-10. Jarrett Stidham put up 0 passing yards. What does that even mean? Like, I don't even understand. How does that work? Where does that make any sort of sense? Did they release him? Is that what that is? Did he retire because he's so low of an overall? No, I think they just didn't throw the ball. That's it. They said, you know what? We beat our rivals, the Ravens. What the hell's that? The Ravens. We don't need to try anymore. Go on, enjoy your Super Bowl trip, Cleveland. I swear, you honestly can't make this all up. You just can't make it up. Let's go to free agency week 1, though, and before we do anything, we do need to take a look at any dev-ups we might have had, which consists of no one at the receiver position. Running back, I'm just going to put Dobbins as the starter because Mark Ingram kind of pissed me off. And then defensively, we do not get a dev up there either. I do not believe Patrick Queen stays the same. Everyone stays the same. Calais Campbell does drop to an 89 overall. However, 89 overall still very, very talented, and we will let him go after this. Jimmy Smith, hopefully we can get rid of. That would be a clutch release. Damn it, son. All right, looking at free agency, you guys see a guy like Drew Brees in there. Eric Arms said some of these guys actually do have contracts in real life. Obviously, a lot of these are pretty much the same as we usually see, but we like to sniff around, see if we can get, Muhammad Wilkerson, perhaps. I don't know. Anything at all we might be able to get as a backup. Really wish this team wasn't, sitting on these contracts. Obviously, Lamar Jackson doesn't need to be paid just yet, but they're sitting on contracts that don't really give us any wiggle room to say, you know what, I'm going to pay a guy right now for 4 years because I don't know if we're going to have money in 2 years. 2 years' time is when it's going to get interesting. A lot of guys need contracts at that point. I wish we can get rid of some of these guys that are backups now, but we just can't. Might try to go for Matt Hack because obviously Sam Cook, as they say, I don't think it's Koch. Even though he's on a long contract, might retire soon. He's 38. That's pretty high for Madden. Hell, it's pretty high for real life, even for punter-kicker. We got Perry Nickerson and Alan Lazard as backup players for us. We also do have fifth-year options to look over. Marlon Humphrey, I think we're just going to pay him right away. So, yes, I think he's worth hanging on long-term, but I don't want to give him the fifth-year option. I think that's the right call in this situation, right? In real life, I don't think it is, but in the game, it is, technically. Because you know what you're going to get. You're not going to regress. Even if you regress, like, previous years with developments, he's still a great player that's young. So, you know what you're getting. You know what you're going to have to pay. So, get it done right away. Maybe save yourself $2 million per year over the long term. I don't know. We do get a couple other backups, actually. We get Skura back on a 2-year, $5.5 million deal. We get P.J. Walker as a backup. We get a fullback who might replace Patrick Ricard. Depends on how much money he has and how much money he wants and how much we have. Vernon Hargraves as a backup. Obi Melifonwu as a backup. And then Ferkser as a backup. And now it's pretty much just time to draft. So in the perfect world, we addressed several needs. We address D-end. We address lineman and linebacker. The question is, Deshaun Murphy, will he be there? Is he worth the pick? I like the B plus finesse, but the speed, I guess the speed, that is kind of fun. Do we need him though? Because if he's normal development, he's not better than anyone we have right now. Judon, we do need to replace at some point. I think we're gonna go to pick 18, and if he's somehow there, I think we're gonna trade up. But then again, we need to trade up to the high. Honestly, I would debate just taking the left guard at 26. He's a mid to late second round pick, I believe. So, yeah, maybe we risk it a little bit harder. Let's go to 20. If the DN's there at 20, considering he's a late first, I'm gonna take it as a sign that we should take him. And he goes right before us, which I think is a sign that we should not have taken him, which we didn't. Now the question is, do we go for this lineman? He was a late, right? Late second. He's not that amazing. Malik, of course, skipped the combine. I mean, it's our biggest need, right? We have a running back, but I mean, that's not even close to our biggest need. So, biggest need is offensive lineman. We're going to take Mr. Blake Monday. Even if he's normal development, at least he's 21. So, please. And he is hidden. So, that was an amazing pick. I don't know. There were some really good overall players, but this is already a really top-tier pick. I mean, he was, late second, but can't go wrong with that pick. And I think this middle linebacker, I really don't want to trade up for him because, in my perfect world, like I said, I was going to have all three of these players rather than us being down to one, two of them with the same amount of picks just about. So, I don't know. It's a little bit worrisome, but I don't know. Do we just go to like 20? Late third? Oh, man, this is tough. Because linebacker's not that big of a need, and, he did skip the combine, which usually means hidden, but it doesn't always. We've seen that once before. I remember I called you guys liars. Joshua Bradford was a good player. We probably should have drafted him, apparently. But, I don't know. Do we just wait? We're going to lose this guy. Nah, I'm not losing him. Let's go to the Steelers. A couple of teams after the Vikings that need, well, not even after the Vikings, starting with the Vikings that do need some linebackers. Hell, the Steelers could still use more linebackers, so whatever it takes to intrigue them out of that pick is what we'll do. We're going to give up Dayton Mack 58 and 122 for pick 49, which I think is definitely a fair trade. If anything, they might have won a little bit on that one, considering his late second, and we traded up that much. Malik Craig, 22 years old. Top skills don't look amazing, but the thing that got me is obviously the fact that, his talent is projected higher than his actual projection, and, of course, that skip combine, please. Ooh, so he is a 68 overall. But he is hidden, so 62 catch, 78 jump. I like him. I think he's all right. I think he's workable. The new number 2 middle linebacker on this team, not TT. And I think we'll go to the start of the third. That wide receiver looks okay, but I don't know if he's actually worth trading up for. The wide receivers, it's a decent position need. It doesn't matter. Let's stop talking about it because we can't get him at all anyways. We do have a tackle. We also have another pass rusher here, Oliver Buck. I think we could probably wait on him, but this lineman, I don't know. Let's go to pick 10 in the second round, and if he's there, we're going to trade up. Because so far, our two picks that we, have, they were good picks. So, so far I'm starting to think that the scouting is real today. Oh, it's me, Horton. It's me, I'm Horton. Let's go to the Dolphins. Pick 10. I don't know what this will cost. It's we're starting to get to the point where it shouldn't cost us too much to move up, right? Oh, we lost that 4th round pick, though. That sucks. I think I'm okay with giving him a 4th round next year. Of course, McKenzie's just a placeholder trade. Pick 90 this and a 4th next year for 74. I think that's pretty fair. It's pretty close, right? Now, if we want to get up any higher, probably not going to be able to do it. We maybe should have reevaluated this because once again, we do have a tackle later as well that we could have went with. This 6th round guy. Let's move it around. So, Javier Godwin, I kind of view as a safety. Early 5th. I don't know if we're going to be able to land any of these guys. Elam. This Elam guy looks like he's going to be like a 70, 71 overall. And then the hidden, I really don't think he will. But he is young. He's got the B pluses. Screw, we're going to take Elam and hope. And I was wrong. He was higher overall and he was hidden. Oh, this guy's a gem. Okay, never. Yes, that was a good trade-up. 100%. The trade-ups, even though we did lose, basically a whole round in the 4th, definitely good trade-ups. Well, to be fair, we lost a 4th and this and next year, which is unfortunate. Oliver Buck. Guy does look kind of decent, though. Oliver Buck, late 4th. I don't know when he's going to go, though. That's the problem. This is rough. So many linebackers going here. We're going to lose him, and he's going to be good, isn't he? Another linebacker. This is bad. Let's trade up again. Let's see. Do we have anything extra we can just give rid of? We trade 146, Fort, and Jimmy Smith to the Eagles for a 4th round pick. It's a really big move for them because obviously they are lacking corner. They're lacking veteran leadership, like veterans that actually started. Half their roster hasn't really started. And the main thing is we took the majority of the hit. I think there was 2 years left on his contract. We took an $8 million cap hit and saved $500K. So we do take a bit of a hit on that one. Was that a this year 5th? I do not know, actually. it wasn't. That is a little hard, so we should have given him a 5th round this year. But it is what it is. That's all I'm going to say. Looking at the draft board, Oliver Buck, please be a good player. He is someone we probably should not have traded up for. But here we are. Let's go to round 5, pick 26. And if our guy's not there, I think we're actually going to trade this to the Eagles for a 6th round next year, just to make that other trade a little more fair. I know we're doing this unrealistically, technically, but we're getting the same result just in a different time. So we didn't have our guy there. We're going to go back to the Eagles, get a 6th round next year, and we'll call it even. I think that's fair, right? 2 5ths and Jimmy Smith, who's like 30, 31 at this point, for a high 4th and a 6th round next year. I think it makes sense. Because that 4th round was pretty high, in fairness. Terry Cheeks, if you say so. And then Samuel Norton, going to go for a decent-looking punter who's maybe going to replace Koch, maybe? Oh, yeah. Damn, we got Matt Hack. Now we have 3 punters on the active roster. Okay, dude. All right, so looking at the actual the players we drafted, Blake Mundy, I mean, he has hidden. He's already won. Oh, he's definitely won because he's superstar. And hell, his penalty trade's normal. Okay, dude. By the way, is there any disciplined rookie linemen? I don't know if there's any disciplined rookies in general. Craig with star. I was going to say I'd probably switch those two if I could development-wise, but no, I wouldn't. I really wouldn't. And then Elam, damn, I thought maybe he had a chance to be the guy. I think we might have actually drafted 2 starting linemen here. I'm trying to think. Wait, actually, this team has one. We'll move somebody to center, actually, because I think one of the guys on the team is good at guard, actually. Who the hell am I thinking of? Jeez, we really missed out here. 477 overalls. This looked like a pretty solid class. Just don't tell the Panthers that that's what it was. Although, don't tell the Bills either. I'm actually kind of curious to see what that running back was like. So, Mr. Joshua Bradford, 21 years old, 6 foot tall, very fast player. Really good injury and stamina, actually. Really good receiving style back. 76 overall with hidden. I mean, that's really good. And he was superstar. Okay, that would be probably better than Dobbins, but as pure needs go, probably not on the highest of our needs. We have Mark Ingram is going to play backup this season for us to Dobbins, who's going to start, I believe. All right, so this is what the roster looks like going into year 2. Willie Snead kind of, surprising with that dev up out of nowhere. 27 years old. I mean, he's a bit better than his overall is, suggesting as an 80 overall, but I still think wide receiver is probably on the top list of needs. Miles Boykin, he's 23, but a 74 overall normal. I mean, he'd have to get a dev up mid-season, get a dev up in the I guess to be fair, he could do all that. Yeah, we'll put Boykin back at number 2. Damn it, we'll give him another year. Dobbins, new number 1 running back. If last season's yards per carry as a backup is to tell you anything, that's a little worrisome. However, it was a backup role, so we'll see as a full starter. Team's still looking pretty decent on offense. Defensively, though, I worry a little bit because obviously free safety regressing, DT and DN regressing. I mean, the entirety of the interior is absolutely going to take a huge hit after this season. So this is really a great window right now. If we want to make something happen, it would be right here. It would be the best time. So definitely hoping we can at least make it back to the playoffs and maybe at least a trip to the Super Bowl this time. Miles Boykin had a scenario, didn't get it done, and then right after that situation, he's now frustrated. So did he actually have a right that he literally isn't getting the ball enough? It's kind of what it seems like. Ronnie Stanley is about to be a very rich individual, a 4-year 36. I'm going to give him a 5-year 75, and he's excited to stay on with the team, and he should be. Same with Marlon Humphrey, about to become a very rich man. We'll give him a 6-year deal worth just under $100 million. Probably should have made it 100 just to make him feel special. Chuck Clark. Now, that is actually quite a hefty contract. That actually is super expensive. A 5-year 45 for a safety. Damn, this is the window. This window it's closing. Close the windows. You're letting the air get out. I don't even know, man. Chuck Clark's very good, though, and if he very much had to, he probably could get away with playing corner. I'm going to pay him. I'm not a huge fan. We're going to let Sam Koch go, because obviously we have plenty. Willie Snead, 3-year 26. It's going to come down to how well he plays, but I don't know. That's worrisome. Tyus Bowser, another guy, how well he plays. Ben, we got to add 2 years to his contract because, I mean, it really doesn't matter. I don't really care too much. We have our line set pretty much, but he deserved 2 more years in his Actually, no, he was only supposed to get 1 more. Yeah, whatever. Who cares? There's definitely some, like, little weasel, like, we care. It matters. A guy you're never going to start. You're getting free content. Like, I don't care, dude. I'll release him right now if you want me to. I don't care, dude. We might have done it again, have we? We have. So basically, once again, we went on a huge, massive win streak, which consisted of 8 wins, I believe, in a row. Week 16, we played the Browns, 10-4 both teams, and we won that matchup. The Browns did finish quite a bit better this time. They started off really well. Middle was rough. 4 games, they lost out of 5. Then they won 3 in a row, lost 1, won 1. Clutch game by us because that allowed us to once again get a bye week, which we're probably going to squander. Don't worry about it. This passing game, please tell me Dobbins absolutely crushed it. I mean, as far as what I expect him to do, yeah, he crushed it. Did pretty well, may even get to superstar. But considering how bad the pass game was, I don't know. I think Willie Snead kind of on the choppy block. Obviously, the number 2 receiver should get the most yards, but I think even Boykin was better as a number 3 than Willie Snead. Tyus, we probably should tie him down on a contract. Hey, Tyus, tied? I don't know. Matthew Judon, we're going to let go. Man, this team's not in a great spot. And we have to pay Lamar soon, which is great. Justin Tucker, he missed only 2 kicks. 1 was blocked. Sam Koch blocked. You know, it is what it is. As far as awards go, I don't know if we would have won any. I'm surprised Lamar's even on the list, if we're going to be honest. It really was a bad season. To be fair, he did have a couple his run game was pretty decent, actually. Their offensive rookie of the year, of course, was Bradford. Defensive rookie of the year, Craig, number 2. So we get scuffed results twice in a row. Dobbins at 8. Really, all the way down at 8. I didn't think it was that bad of a year. 8. Okay, dude. Marquise Brown at 7. Ronnie Stanley at number 1. Orlando Brown at number 5. Best D-line. Yeah, we really have... I mean, this, even though we went 12-4, it really wasn't that great of a year. Like, it simply wasn't. You know, Marquise was all right. Lamar was okay. Dobbins was decent. Defensively, Tyus was all right, but, I mean, he did play a lot of snaps. It just wasn't great. It wasn't, but we get to play against the almighty Browns, which is just awesome. Can't wait to lose that game and see a failed rebuild of the Ravens. Of all the teams to fail a rebuild on, the Ravens. And don't get me wrong, I can't really even feel blame because we drafted really well, but you know, they usually make it to the Super Bowl within the first 2 years. So if we don't, regardless if it's our fault or not, it's, you know, it happened. Going to the end of the game, we do get a 7-point start. We get 14 points to start the first quarter, and that's not bad. We give up 3, that's okay. Give them another 3, that's fine. We don't get those field goal, points out before the half, which sucks. It was looking good until we gave up a huge rushing touchdown to Chubb, and just like that, we are most likely going to lose this game, aren't we? Maybe not. It's overtime. We didn't score a single point in the second half. This is brutal to watch. 2nd and 28, we're coming in. It's another overtime situation we're going to watch, fail, and then cry about. Got 5 people rushing in. You better get some pressure, boys. And he catches. Okay. EA's decided who wants, who deserves to win, I guess. I can't accept it, man. Even if we lose, which we will, it's the Browns, though. We don't deserve to guarantee win. Oh, I feel bad about that one. Man, this is the most morally unsound one we've done. Because the Browns, please, Browns, just win. Oh, man, why did I do it? Oh, I feel so bad. Oh, no, I lagged out of that game. That's why we had to sim it. Damn, I can't believe I lagged out. Oh, I don't know why. It actually pains me. Like, I feel really bad about that. But who's in the championship? We are. Hello. Here we are, boys. Let's go. I almost simmed again. Do we really care? Do we really? Yeah, we do, because it was the Browns. They're a very good sim team. Oh, man, I feel bad. It is what it is. It happened. It happened. That's it. Tua Tagovailoa is a Patriot. So what? I mean, what do you want? Okay, it's a bit of a snowy game as well. We're ready for this. We can play in this weather. What do you think this is? Other side, it looks like it's the Packers and Seahawks, right? Pretty classic championship matchup teams. As a Packers fan, I am not hugely a fan of that matchup, but it happens. 10-all against the 83 overall Patriots, who stole Tua Tagovailoa before his rookie year was over with the Dolphins. Makes sense. 17-16. In fairness, I will say, though, there is a chance that could happen because obviously there's an injury concern with Tua. Maybe the Dolphins just can't wait. Hey, maybe the Dolphins do really poorly and they end up getting Trevor Lawrence. You know, I think if there's even any concern that Tua isn't the guy and the Dolphins somehow land the number 1 overall pick, you just basically punted the game away. I will say the defense absolutely just choked it there. They do get the field goal, 13 seconds left. I mean, do the Patriots deserve this spot? I mean, like, did the Patriots... It's one thing to screw the Browns. It's bad. But to screw the Patriots almost feels like a... Okay. Oh no, I'm lagging again. Damn, dude. Yikes. I should have just let us lose to the Browns. This rebuild already just feels like it's not meant to be. We're about to lose the majority of our 90-plus overall players, and we can't even make the Super Bowl while we added way more talent in the draft than most of the Ravens teams I've ever seen do. Please, honestly, just lose. I'm just saying, lads. It's one thing to lose while you're watching, and then, you know, you redo it and you barely win. It's another to let the sim happen and you shut them out in a 42-0 blowout. EA Sim is so bad. We're turning this into, I'm not the bad guy. EA's the bad guy. Do we start doing that? I don't know. I'm just saying maybe we do that for the teams, not like the Browns or anything like that, or the Seahawks, because the Seahawks are usually good in Sim. But maybe for teams that are really bad, if we're going to lose to them. I know upsets happen, but I don't know, man. We do see Marquise Brown apparently go to X Factor, which is a little bit of a surprise. He had a decent year, but I don't think it was X Factor worthy, to be honest. Defensively, it looked like we devved up, but we didn't. Surprisingly, Tyus Bowser doesn't actually develop up. And honestly, he's pretty good. He's kind of in a, what is it called, a Matthew Judon situation. Maybe we try to keep him on a 1 year. I don't know. I do feel really bad about us restarting those games, basically. It feels wrong, but at the end of the day, we didn't force win. You know, we did let the game decide the outcome again. It was just this time it worked out, you know, and we didn't back out 15 times. We literally backed out 1 time each time. Regardless what happens here, though, we're going to just accept the facts. Even if the Seahawks, who are 7 overalls lower than us, win by 40, I do not care. It happens if it happens, but that Browns one, it's the Browns one that's getting me. You know, if it was just the Patriots, fair enough, because they don't really deserve, they didn't really deserve to win that game anyways. But the Browns, they probably did deserve to win, and they played really well. It feels wrong, but this is a really good Super Bowl, though. You know, in fairness, we're seeing a pretty good Super Bowl here, and it's a close one. It's a 3-point deficit. Oh, don't do it to him, EA. Oh, EA. We just won the... Oh, this is so sleazy. This is the most garbage Super Bowl we've ever had. It feels so wrong. But at the same time, I'm so happy that we won. Oh, man. I don't even know what to do. Hopefully we just win a real Super Bowl next season. But you know the drill at this point. We're going to play at least 2 more seasons unless we win next year. We'll show the podium, even though it feels super undeserved, because it was. We restarted the games. I don't care about the Patriots game at all. Like I said, it shows 42-0 after that fact. No sim winning or anything like that. It just feels like the game doesn't like us. J.K. Dobbins. Okay, not a bad game at all. Looking like a beast. But I don't know, it is what it is. It happens. It's not supposed to happen because, we blatantly cheated. It's not like it was an accident. Actually, no, my Xbox did freeze both times. Wow, really good editing. He made it look like he left the game. I made it look good, really. That's all it was. But that's okay, dude. We just won a Super Bowl with Lamar Jackson not having to throw a single touchdown. Nice. Russell absolutely balled out. I will say, in fairness, we did run the ball for 5 touchdowns, 3 of them to Mark Ingram, who had 39 yards, averaging 4.3 per carry. J.K. Dobbins, out of nowhere, just absolutely hammered it in. Really good stuff this season. Receiving, pretty basic stuff, no touchdowns. Defensively, Calais Campbell with a sack and a Super Bowl ring at the end of his career, which is very exciting. I'm glad to see it happen. Now, the big question is, do we want to keep Calais Campbell? Because obviously in real life, I think he only has a 2-year deal. So right now he would actually need a contract, but since whoever made this roster probably just put him over there instead of actually changing his contract, we'll have to do something about that. I believe, once again, it was like a 2-year 25. What was it? It was it a 2-year 25, I believe, right? 2-year 25. Obviously, that's already run its course. Matthew Judon, I'll offer him a 1-year worth. A 1-year worth 12? That seems pretty fair. Franchise tag is $21 million. So if we want to keep Tyus, we need to make it count now. A 3-year 30. He actually took a 3-year. Ooh, I made a poor decision. He was going to get a 5-year 42, and we gave him a 3-year. Well, I mean, to be fair, $10 million per year for a 26-year-old who looks decent. I don't know. It's an overpayment in this situation, but as far as real life goes, it really isn't. Willie Snead, the best I'd be willing to do is a 2-year worth like 20. But even then, I feel like we can get better in free agency. Yeah, better in free agency. It makes sense. I agree. I think you will get better if you hit free agency. There's going to be a team. He's played decently enough. There's going to be a team willing to overpay. All right, now, so Calais Campbell, if we're going to make the argument that we're going to give him a 1-year deal, we have to base this thing around realism. Calais Campbell is an 83 overall. He's almost always an 83 at this point. Very good for an 83 overall, I will tell you that. So, actually, first things first, what was that season looking like last year? No, not you, Lamar. As far as sim goes, sacks are what matters. It's not about hurries, and I don't even know if I don't think they track that anyways. But let's take a look. So his numbers, they hit a pretty bad low, 3.5 with no changes to the roster at all in the front 7. So he's definitely taken a regression hit. You can see it obviously in the overall as well. I think a fair contract for Calais to stay on the team would be a 1-year deal worth $6 million with 4.5 of that guaranteed. Right? I think. Well, we'll give him 5 guaranteed. Who cares? Oh, that's up. Yeah, that's not a good decision. $6.5 million deal for 1 final year. I think that's totally fair. 3.5 sacks. He's an 83 overall now. I'm willing to pay that just because he is still a very good overall, and I want to actually maybe extend this as far as possible. The question is now, this was that 2-year mark like we were talking about. Lamar Jackson probably going to get that tag, or the what is it called? The rookie 5th-year option. Earl Thomas, what overall is he? He's still all right. 87 is not terrible. So I think we can maybe stretch this out for 1 more year. Also, like I said, those 2 years, we might be able to release some of these more expensive players, like Brandon Williams. First things first, we do have to take a look at who's in free agency. If there's a great DT that we can get, we can release or trade a guy like Brandon. But if there's not, and I don't want to release a guy just because of cap, we have to have a replacement for those guys. Chidobe Awuzie, that's a move we pull too much, so we're gonna let him go. Keanu Neal's getting a contract. Marcus Williams, that's actually a pretty cheap deal. I'm willing to offer that for sure. We're gonna make ourselves the highest bidder. We'll see if it's enough. All right, looking at the signings. We get Kevin King as a backup. Yikes, though. We lose Marcus Williams, which is a huge one because he was actually very cheap. As we know, free safeties, he's basically making half of what we paid Chuck Clark. I also offered Takaris McKinley. I'm not too worried about that. It was like a 3-year 30, so it was kind of high anyways. We do get Samuel as a 4-year 49. However, he's a true number 2 wide receiver as far as the definition goes. I know this team's a little bit on the shorter side for those positions, the wide receiver spot, but overall, Curtis Samuel, totally worth it, super fast. I don't even know how you would defend this team. Speed across the board, tight end fast, wide receivers fast, QB fast. It's just a sick roster. Hell, Ronnie Stanley, as far as tackle goes, I believe, is super fast. I was wrong. Never mind. I don't know why I always think he's like super athletic. I try to get David Njoku as a backup tight end. It's not going to happen. We might still be able to trade Nick Boyle off to like maybe the Cowboys for like a 4th round pick. I think that would be maybe fair. And then, yeah, linebacker, coverage linebacker, or pass rushing linebacker, not looking super great. Jalen Ferguson, former 3rd round pick, might actually get the starting role. Tavon Young, how young is Tavon? That's not really a good question. I don't really know what we can do. Obviously, we have a lot of players we're going to have to draft, hopefully, or a lot of positions we have to draft. Marcus Williams not being on our team is kind of a hit, not going to lie. Chidobe Awuzie might even be in the board now because of how we got screwed. Unfortunately, Derek Barnett's not a chance. Who do we want, actually? Running back. James Conner looks all right, but I feel like this team does want a pure receiver. Actually, I think Austin Eckler's on like a 3-year, isn't he? Let's go Jamal. Screw it. I will say the second batch was pretty decent. We got David Njoku on a 4-year, I think it was $18.9 million deal. Great backup. Nobody wanted him, and honestly, that overall price should drop. I'd say it'd be realistically, it'd be like an 82 or something with normal, but it is what it is. Matthew Judon, that was like a 3-year 10, I believe, and then Willie Henry was like a 2-year 7? 2-year 6 or 2-year 7 as a backup. 5th-year options, I'm assuming this is Lamar Jackson. It is, and I will be hitting yes for both. Obviously, we want to pick up that 5th-year option. Shouldn't be too much, right? Like 20, 22 or something like that, I would imagine. There's no other ones. So we do get Judon for the next 3 years, but do we want him to actually start for the next 3 years? It's a completely different question. New center would be nice. Not an absolute need, though, because, you know, if we can afford everyone, we only need 1 lineman, and you can pretty much pick that up in free agency if you only need 1. Wide receiver, it'll be on the mind, but not really a necessary need. And then defensively, that's really where the needs go. Edge rusher, free safety, corner for Peters in the future. Held the number 3 cornerback spot. And then, you know, DT in both ends could really be replaced. So, not the worst spot, but we're going to have to at least land 1, maybe 2 solid picks here, whether it's, you know, 1st, 2nd, 3rd round, whatever it is. But, you know, not the worst spot. I think there is actually a legit chance we could repeat. All right, draft time. We obviously have pick 32 because of the Super Bowl that we clearly, obviously deserved. As far as draft picks go, pretty much everyone we have is a 2nd-round pick. Some of them might be early 2nd. Like this guy, early 2nd. DT's not the biggest need on our list. I'd say pass rusher is up there because, I don't know, actually. Yeah, O-line might be up there again. Hepburn looks decent. So I think Trey Reed. Let's go to like, 80 overall. Holy crap. Great pick for the Eagles. A position of need, too. But I think we're going to like pick 27 maybe. 26, 27. Trade up. See what it takes to get there and, you know, grab that DT. We trade the Browns. 32 Bozeman and Mark Ingram for 26. Bozeman, I feel like alone is worth that 6-spot trade up. But we will be adding a 5th round next year on top of it. It's just we're trading up for a guard, so, you know, we don't really need to hold on to Bozeman. Okay, I guess a 5th next year is worth more than worth less than a 7th this. If you say so, man. Oh, actually, we aren't taking the guard here. I guess, to be fair, we don't need Bozeman anyways, but we're going to take Trey Reed to be something. I don't know. 77 overall is what he is. That's definitely a something in my book. Oh, he's very good. You know, maybe move to a 4-3. You got yourself a DN. I don't know. I'm just saying. I do not know if this is fair, but 28-year-old Nick Boyle, who's an 82 overall, a 2nd round this year and a 4th round next year for pick 40, in which we will use to most likely select this guard, I believe, right? Keyshawn Ball, he looks decent. We also do have Jalen Cohen. He's 23, but he looks decent too. We do have Armin Davis later, so maybe we only need 1 lineman spot. I'm trying to debate what do we want here. It's either between, I'd say, the free safety and Hepburn. We do have a safety here, though. Late 3rd we could wait on. I guess let's just go Hepburn. Oh, thankfully we went for Hepburn because he's good. 21 years old with 77 overall hidden. Back-to-back Basely picks. Without a doubt. Let's go to the next round, and if the safety's there, we're going to try to find a way to trade up, I think. Again. For some reason, the D-end is still there, so I'm just going to keep going until he's gone, I suppose, because really, I don't know which position is really much more of a need. Is the D-end going to be there? Please don't tell me he is. Yeah, I'm not going to go any further. I believe our safety, who is he, Booth? Booth is still there. You got both of these players here. Is there any, like, players that we have that are actually decently young and good that we could trade off, I wonder? We make a very fair trade. We trade 96 Ferguson and Geno Stone to the Texans for 74. Ferguson, former third-round pick, just never got a chance to start for us, so kind of unfair for him, but hey, I'm just saying. We have Cooper here, early 4th. It looks okay, but I think I'd be willing to pass on him. Booth has a really good combine, report, but those top skills are rough, while Ball he's got an okay combine, and he's better in the potentials. I think we need a safety more. I think we're going to try to go for both anyways. Okay, 71 overall hidden. Even with the hidden, I still really hope he's X-Factor or Superstar, because he is kind of on the rougher side, even though he will be sitting back up to Earl anyways. We make kind of a monster trade-ish. We trade Bredesen, a third next year, and Buck for 75 and 107 this year. Two young players that definitely still have time in their careers to start. 11th pick in the 4th round. Might be able to sneak something else out there. Maybe Cooper? Probably not, though. But maybe Cooper. Keyshawn Ball, definitely a good pick here. Was he 23? Okay, he's 22. He is hidden, and he is a 72 overall. I don't think he's going to start right away, but we've landed ourselves a pretty damn good draft. I can't lie. Let's go to the next round. If the wide receiver's there, we'll make one final trade up, I think. He's not there. We do have this guy, CJ Gerds. He's got a really, Gerdes. He's a really good combine report, even though his skills are trash. And then we have Armin Davis. So I think we're going to trade down to the 5th. See what we can do. We trade 107, 192, and a 7th for 126 and 154. 154 is next year, though. And the chance of both of these guys being gone is probably very high. They're not both gone. I don't even know if I want this guy. I think we're just going to take him for the combine. Ugh. Yikes. Don't get me wrong, he's kind of fast, but that's a humongous yikes. Looking at the draft recap, we landed 4 hidden players. It's no coincidence. We're gods. Oh, okay, I was just joking, but like, I'm just saying, superstar for a DT. That guy's insta-starting at number 2. Hepburn star development, that's totally fine. It's still better than our starter at center. Depending on where we play him, I don't know. Star development for Booth, and then our final guy, Keyshawn Ball. Unless he has Superstar or X-Factor, he's not going to start, which he doesn't, so not going to start him. Well, here's the official roster for year 3. The receiving option's a little bit better. You got Samuel now at the number 2 spot. We do have Dobbins looking a little bit better every day. Offensive line gets a little bit better here as well. Mundy has his first ability on that left guard spot, so left side is kind of locked. Pass rushing linebacker, definitely something to think about. However, Keyshawn Ball is kind of the guy we were looking to hopefully fill that spot maybe at some point in the future. And then cornerbacks, Peters, please get a development up. Might be able to keep it on for a year or two longer. Definitely looking at corner in the future. Booth probably starting free safety once Earl is gone after this season. That window, it's like right here. I think, as far as last year to this year goes, we should have had a big drop. So if, after this season to the next season won't be nearly as bad as, the previous season to this. So, if we win a Super Bowl here, this team's pretty, obviously, the rebuild's over if we win a Super Bowl here. But if we get very close to winning a Super Bowl here, that means next year we should be able to get back there and probably win it, right? All right, looking at the more re-signings, Mark Andrews, a very favorable contract for us. I will sign him to a 4-year, $36 million. I hate him. Orlando Brown, 5-year deal for sure for the big mountain himself. $64 million over 5. TJ Yeldon, I don't care. Patrick Ricard, he is a fullback, so, do what you want there. Brandon Williams and Calais could both retire, so I'm not going to sign anyone right now. Skura, I didn't even think was on the team still, so, I don't care if he goes. Same with Derek Wolfe. Duvernay, he never really got a chance to play. I'm sorry, dude. And then Elliott's backup. Money's not terrible, so maybe. But yeah, we got to get Andrews, and then the rest is kind of up to the wind. I don't imagine that's a real phrase, by the way. All right, head to the playoffs. Are we in them? We do win, and we get another bye week. Not as impressive as previous seasons, but we're still here, and that's all that counts, damn it. The Bengals might have also made it. I don't know. They choked it near the end. The Browns really sucked in the beginning. They lost 4 straight. But they ended up getting back into it with the final games, and there they are. Lamar Jackson, obviously this team is kind of a run-heavy team, but still, like to see a little bit of better passing numbers than 3,600 yards for 34 touchdowns, you know. It is what it is, though. Dobbins had a pretty good year. Samuel, pretty good year for number 2. Boykin was okay. Andrews was terrible, though. And then Brown was pretty solid. Touchdowns, once again, off. You know, passing game really wasn't super great. Defense, pass rush was just garbage. Picks, Humphrey was all right. Patrick Queen maybe goes up in development. Tucker only missed 1 this time because the other one was blocked. So at least Tucker is improving. Somebody's improving, right? Outside of Dobbins. Apparently, Keyshawn Ball got Defensive Rookie of the Year because it's like the easiest award to win in the history of awards. But, you know, here we are. Winning an award is still an award. Whether it's super easy or not, I will take any sort of win at all. I will cross up a kindergartner and dunk on him if it means I'm going to be considered a winner. Okay? Because there's nothing more that shouts winner than dunking on a what is it? Kindergartner? What the hell I said? Dunking on somebody, even if they're short and like young and don't even know what the hell's going on here. A little bit of a snow game. You guys saw it. It was a 92 overall to an 85 overall team. As far as realistic rebuilds go this early on, that's a pretty high overall. Thing is, though, we're not really that great in sim. You can see here, even though they're only an 85 overall, they're giving us troubles. Offense isn't super consistent, and defense, I don't trust at all. Okay, offense maybe made me eat my words a little bit there, but the score is going to end 41-27. Still would have liked a better score. I know the Jags did have to win to get there, but you know that I don't care, dude. Justin Herbert, apparently a Jaguar, going to make the argument. Tua Tagovailoa. Oh my God! Even notice Lamar went off 20 for 21, 4 touchdowns, 0 picks. Wow. He had a little bit of rushing numbers as well. They were terrible, but he did have a rushing touchdown. So, what, 5 touchdowns for Lamar? Not bad at all. Chuck Clark and Marlon Humphrey with picks. No misses on the kicks. Just a clean game where we won. In the snow, too. Imagine going 20 for 21 in the divisional round of the playoffs in the snow. Like, what are you, like a freaking god or something? And, of course, it's the Browns. 92 to their 89. I mean, considering they go to the Super Bowl, like, 80 to 90% of the time when we're rebuilding, whether it's year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4. I mean, that's pretty good, right? We're 3 overalls up on a team that probably had us beat by like 3 overalls to start. So, yeah, I'm just saying. And another snow game. Okay. Seattle on the other side. Okay, dude. Going to the end of the game, of course, Cleveland starts out with a big, long touchdown. Hey, we get ourselves a touchdown ourselves. Good stuff by Dobbins. I'm not liking that. It's going to be halftime score of 17-all. We get a touchdown to start the third. Looking decent, up by 10. Can we close out, though? We look like we can. This is a good game. It's close. And we officially beat the Browns with no restarting or anything like that. 34-24. And just so I know, oh my God, Lamar's just crushing it right now. I haven't changed any slider. Well, sliders don't matter. I didn't change any schemes or anything like that either. This is just Baltimore across the board. Dobbins and Chubb both went off. But yeah, Lamar is dotting up at this point in time. He is well prepared to win back-to-back. He's got a good chance at it. And speaking of preparing things, I need to make sure that I check out this schedule so you guys know that we did not cheat. We didn't restart any games or anything like that. Ooh, J.K. Dobbins. Hopefully Dobbins does get superstar. He should, right? Like, it's only fair. He's played really well. 1 game played, and then obviously no wild cards. So, for what could very well be the last game of the rebuild, because, you know, we win this, can't really do much better than back-to-back, you know. It's very hard to do that, especially, I mean, you can't get 3 in a row, but I don't really care, dude. 92 overall. Before we do that, though, let's take a look at the development ups, because, once again, there was a couple of players like Queen could have had one. Samuel doubt it, but you never know. Dobbins didn't get one. That was a little surprising. Defensively, we see none. Really? Not a single dev up on the defense. Okay, man. But here we go, going against the Seahawks yet again. 11-5. 84 overall to our 92. I mean, in theory, we should be able to win this, right? The score is 0-all. And, okay, it's 3-0 to start the second quarter, pretty much. Okay, here we go. It's 14-3. Ooh, this is looking good. 17-3. That is huge for them. Touchdown right out of the gate to start the second half. It's been a bit of a scoring battle, but right now, Lamar and company are unstoppable. And we win back-to-back Super Bowls against the same opponent, 34-24. As bad as I felt about us basically cheating last playoff season, this kind of proves that it was deserved because we did win back-to-back. The Ravens are good, but they don't usually win back-to-back. Actually, they almost never win back-to-back. It's healthy. I mean, they make the playoffs probably, or the Super Bowl maybe 40% of the time, and usually they lose to like the Seahawks or the Cowboys. So it is what it is. You know, it was still, even though it wasn't as hard as the other ones per se, it was still not easy to go back-to-back Super Bowl wins, you know. Lamar played a pretty damn good game. Not as good as the first two because those were basically impossible to replicate, but still really good stuff. Do not care about the rest of this. And some guys retiring on our team with a Super Bowl victory. I believe Derek Wolfe would have 3 now, right? Pretty sure you would have one with the Broncos, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure he was on that team, right? Very close. If he wasn't, that's harsh because that was like right then and there. It was like inches away. Kicking and everything pretty straightforward. Nothing crazy on the stat department. I'm curious to see who actually decided to stay, who decided to retire. It says we're a 90 overall team now. That defense probably quit on us, right? Calais is still here. Brandon Williams is still here. Wolf is still here. And they're all trash. Like, they're really low overalls. See Calais Campbell, 80 overall flat at 36 years old. He's still a force, though. You know, he's still got... His strength is a little low. We'll give him that. But 85 finesse, 85 power, 82 block shed. Really smart player with 96 awareness, 97 awareness, 96 play rec. Kind of begs the question of how he's only an 80 overall. Like, those stats alone look like an 85, right? The play rec and awareness alone probably makes him a 90 in most cases. He's insane, but yeah, obviously the age hit him. He also still has edge threat with unstoppable force. So as far as 80 overall pass rushers go, amongst one of the best, right? Reed would obviously start. We'd look to probably keep one of these guys, most likely Campbell, and then let Wolf and Williams go. But that's not our problem anymore because we did it. Back-to-back Super Bowl titles. That is all I wanted to see. And like I said, we knew this was going to be kind of on the easier side. So I apologize for that. But if you did enjoy, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Hit the little bell thing because apparently that does something for notifications. I don't know. Why don't they just have that guaranteed? Like, they should just have that automatically on, and then you turn it off if you don't want it, right? I don't know, dude. Who cares? But if you have a suggestion for a rebuild in the future, let me know. I think, like I said, Thursday will be a Jets rebuild. Sunday is usually a challenge rebuild. I don't know what the hell I have. I mean, it's going to be a challenge to figure out what I want to do. Am I right? And with that joke, you won't care because you won't see it because you're going to be not clicking on the channel ever again. That's pretty cool. Anyways, though, enough of that nonsense. Hopefully you did enjoy the video. Tomorrow, like I said in the beginning, we will be doing a Flyers offseason stream. Probably going to be a short one, you know, like an hour or under because I do have to edit it and post it later, well, you know, as soon as possible. So if you can't make it, it will be edited, but you won't be there to make this, you know, help make decisions or completely freaking troll the hell out of me. And maybe I'll get back on after, you know, a while later and stream maybe later in the night, but no guarantees. It's me. Come on, let's be honest. Anyways, though, enough of that. Like I said, hope you enjoyed. Hope you come back for next video, but until next video, see ya!